Hey guys, want to show your support to the channel and get some awesome rewards at the same time? Then go check out my Patreon page where at whatever tier you choose that fits your budget, you'll get plenty of rewards such as updates and announcements on the regular, exclusive sneak peeks of my videos before they go up online, get yourself credited, and receive a special shout out at the end of my videos and more. Go to patreon.com/AckleyAttack44227TV to start pledging today. And don't forget to also check out and consider gifting me any items I have listed on my Amazon wishlist and even supporting me on my Streamlabs tipping page that'll also help support the channel directly. Links are in the description box below as well as on my link tree for you to check out. Thank you and enjoy today's video. Take care. Hey guys, this is AckleyAttack4427 here with, well, I guess it's time for another response/rant video once again for sure, and yeah, I do indeed apologize if I set myself back from, of course, making this one for sure. In fact, I've been so bombarded with, of course, getting out my Syracuse Collectors Con videos by far because that was my main priority, and of course, I had to, of course, recover from, of course, my voice giving out after I got sick for sure. To which, from the sounds of it, I'm definitely doing a whole lot better as of now, so yeah, I guess it looks like I'm finally getting somewhere for sure, so yeah. And I guess it's a good thing too, because I guess since after pretty much since after my time at Syracuse Collectors Con by far, and while I was busy getting myself prepped up for, of course, pretty much hanging and, of course, putting out, yeah, pretty much hanging and releasing all the videos I've actually filmed during my time at that Sega convention for sure. There is a bit of interesting bit of movie news that just dropped that actually occurred the day after Syracuse Collectors Con this year. That, believe it or not, is actually so great, I have to warn a video, of course, this one for sure, So yeah, and I guess pretty much for the hag, in regards to today's video, I've actually got an interesting question that I want to ask all of you. Are you guys familiar with the story about a pretty much a Looney Tunes movie that we would have gotten that goes by the name of Coyote versus Acme? Yeah. I think you can somehow paint a clear picture of course, of what I'm going to be talking about, so oh man, I need a drink. Alright. So yeah, I think it's pretty much, I think that will give you a clear idea, of course, what I'm going to be talking about for sure, So yeah, but in case you actually don't, just right around the day after I got back from, of course, my amazing time at Syracuse Collectors Con this year. So yeah, I guess pretty much from the looks of it, the news just dropped very recently that pretty much the Coyote versus Acme movie that was, of course, canceled by Warner Brothers due to pretty much shelved and, of course, gotten rid of by Warner Brothers as a tax write-off, has recently been bought out by Ketchup Entertainment as of now, so yeah. That is a bit of interesting news that we finally got for sure, and boy, I guess it's safe to say we're really quite thrilled to actually hear that for sure, so So yeah, honestly to me, I think pretty much the news dropping of course, Coyote versus Acme being sold off to Ketchup Entertainment is actually by far really great news for sure. I am really quite thrilled to actually hear that for sure. So yeah, I guess with of course what I've actually seen by far, yeah, I think pretty much of anything, I think this has been a long time coming for sure because yeah, let's really face it, hands down, I think pretty much, if anything, the Looney Tunes has actually been around for a long time for sure, and of course, as of recently, we've actually been starting to get a good chunk of Looney Tunes movies very recently for sure that that really is, of course, giving us something rather unique and interesting for sure, and I guess pretty much in regards to the recent news that we actually got for, of course, this movie, this is not only great news, but it's actually one that we've been hoping for to see happen for a long time now for sure. So yeah, honestly to me, I think pretty much of anything, I really do think it's actually really great piece of news that Coyote versus Acme is finally getting pretty much finally bogged out by Ketchup Entertainment for sure, and does that technically mean that we're going to be getting an official release for this anytime soon? Well, I guess from the looks of it, it is definitely looking that way for sure, so yeah. Alright. So yeah, I guess pretty much if anything from what I can gather, yeah, I do think there is going to be a strong possibility that we are finally going to see Coyote versus Acme finally get released for sure, so yeah. I mean, let's really think about this for a second. I mean, just the idea alone actually does sound rather interesting for sure, and based on, of course, several screenshots and pictures that we actually got for some time, I do think there is going to be something rather great with, of course, this one for sure. So yeah, I think with, of course, what I've actually seen, it's still going to retain, of course, pretty much the love and feel of course, part of the Looney Tunes for sure, particularly pretty much the Roadrunner and Wild E. Coyote for sure, so yeah, those two are, of course, pretty much one of the most well-known figures when it comes to the Looney Tunes for sure, and yeah, just by seeing that alone, I do think you can actually do something really creative for sure. And another thing to bear in mind is that visual-wise, it actually does look really quite nice for sure. Just basically with, of course, the pretty much the combination of both animation and live action all together, I do think you can actually do something creative with it, hands down, and from what I'm seeing, on, of course, on my part, it's almost kind of similar to, of course, the visual style that we got in Who Framed Roger Rabbit for sure, so yeah. And I guess, if anything, that does kind of make sense because of how great that movie is for sure, so I do want to see anime and live-action films blended together in that kind of a style, if you want to do it justice for sure, and from what I'm seeing, in a nutshell, it does kind of look that way from what I can actually gather for sure, so yeah. I guess either way, with, of course, with what I'm seeing, the movie actually does look pretty good, hands down, and And yeah, I think that would be something that would really be something that we can actually get ourselves into and actually have a great time. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, it happens a whole lot, so... But I do swear I am getting better, so... Bear with me on that, so... So yeah, honestly, with, of course, what I'm actually seeing, based on the idea alone, I do think Coyote versus Acme might actually be a really solid movie that we can actually get ourselves into. But that ultimately never happened sometime later because, well, I guess it's quite obvious that, excuse me. Yeah, I guess it's quite obvious that, pretty much the current heads of Warner Brothers pretty much decided to get rid of that said movie and, of course, cancel it and just put it off as a tax write-off for sure, so... So yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much what happened for sure, and yeah, you can tell that everyone was really pissed off when they actually heard the news, hands down. Even I was quite surprised when I actually heard about that for sure, so... So yeah. Alright. So yeah, I guess it is quite obvious from what I've actually seen. Yeah, we were all very bummed out and really pissed off when we heard the news that Warner Brothers got rid of it for a tax write-off for sure. And that's alongside two other movies they did beforehand with, of course, Scoob, Holiday Hunt, and Batgirl for sure, so... So yeah. Yeah, that alone is, of course, really disappointing for sure, and yeah, I guess in all honesty, we had every right to, of course, be pissed off, of course, that second news alone for sure, so yeah. And honestly, with, of course, what I've actually seen for sure, yeah, I guess it is quite obvious that with several exceptions as of now, business-wise, Warner Brothers hasn't really been on their A game by far, so... So yeah. Yeah, Warner Brothers as a business right now has not really been on their A game very recently for sure, so... So yeah, I think with, of course, what I've actually seen by far, I'm rather disappointed, of course, on what Warner Brothers is currently doing as of now for sure. I mean, let's really face it. I think even beforehand, they were on their A game with, of course, what they've been putting out for sure, whether it be for kids or, of course, for adults, or both, hands down, so yeah. And I think with their business practice as of now, especially under their current CEO, David Zaslav, as we speak, seems like they've not been faring up by far, and I really do think they really need someone to come in to actually fix all this, hands down. And I guess in returns, in terms of course, canceling Coyote versus Acme, that was, of course, a really big mistake that they actually made, hands down. Like, we really love the idea, of course, of that Sega movie, and we want to see it on the big screen. You know, pretty much of anything, the Looney Tunes is something that Warner Brothers is actually well known for. And I think that would have made them a ton of money for sure. And just by hearing the news that they actually got rid of it for a tax write-off, I think that's making them lose their pretty much credibility and, of course, their reputation a whole lot. So, so yeah. Either way, I really don't think that was actually a really clever move on, of course, that front for sure. So yeah. I think it's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. So yeah. And now that would lead to the ultimate question for sure. Now that pretty much the movie itself is, of course, off the hands of Warner Brothers as of now, could there be a strong chance that we might finally get what we want now that Ketchup Entertainment finally got the film rights to release that said movie? Actually, yeah. I do think that there is a strong possibility with that, so yeah. Alright. So yeah, either way, I really do think that there is some strong hope that Coyote versus Acme might be in the safe hands of Ketchup Entertainment for sure, and we do know one reason and one reason only on why exactly that might be the case for sure. And that being, of course, pretty much the success they had when they officially released The Day the Earth Blew Up, a Looney Tunes movie. So, so yeah. I guess pretty much of anything for what it is, The Day the Earth Blew Up, even to this day, since after I first saw it on the big screen, I really do think it really is a very solid movie for sure, and it still retains the love and the spirit of the Looney Tunes while pretty much trying to do something new and creative as a movie for sure. So yeah. Either way, I really do think pretty much of anything, that said movie alone is, of course, very well deserving of course, what it's actually garnered up on. And, well, if you have seen my thoughts video on that said movie, you'll know on how much I love it as much as everyone else for sure. So, so yeah. So yeah, I guess either way with, of course, what I've actually seen, I do think there is a lot of strong hope for, of course, Coyote versus Acme for sure, now that Ketchup Entertainment is, of course, going to be in, of course, that said movie's hands for sure. So yeah. Pretty much either way, I do think that there is some strong hope for, of course, that one for sure, and yeah, and I do want it to be on the same level as, of course, pretty much The Day the Earth Blew Up for sure, and actually become a big hit for sure. So yeah. I mean, let's really face it, Ketchup Entertainment, for while they did a great job releasing the film for sure, they haven't really done much when it comes to marketing for sure. Hell, I guess pretty much of anything, several YouTubers, including myself, have actually done a much better job promoting that said movie more than the movie itself for sure. And yeah, I think with the box office results that it's currently gaining as of now, yeah, it's still going in the right direction for sure. So yeah. Again, looking back on, of course, that film, since after I saw it right around a month ago, for sure, I do believe that there is a lot of strong hope for, of course, that said movie alone, for sure. So yeah. And I guess either way, if that's the case for The Day the Earth Blew Up, I can definitely make the same argument for Coyote versus Acme, for sure. So yeah, a lot like everyone else, I do want to see it get released, for sure. And, well, with the recent news that we actually got some time ago, it looks like we're finally going to get it hands down. So yeah, I guess pretty much of anything, the past few years for sure campaigning for that said movie to get released did last a few years, but I think it was actually well worth the long wait for sure. I mean, let's really think about it. Looking back, of course, when pretty much the Justice League movie came out, for sure, it didn't fare up just so well, for sure. But once a lot of people have actually campaigned for the Zack Snyder cut, hands down, yeah, Warner Brothers actually did cave in and actually did manage to release it under their streaming service, Max, for sure. And that actually did pretty well, for sure. So yeah. And I guess either way, I think the same thing's going to happen with, of course, Coyote versus Acme, for sure. After years and years of campaign, I think we're finally going to see it get the release it deserves, hands down. And I'm excited for it, for sure. So yeah. I mean, let's really think about it, hands down. They actually filmed the entire movie right around early to mid 2022. And we could have gotten it somewhere around in 2023, hands down. But of course, thanks to David Zaslav and the current heads of Warner Brothers, we didn't, hands down. So yeah. I think that's pretty much what we could have gotten to prevent all this from happening. But apparently, David Zaslav and the current heads of Warner Brothers didn't listen regardless, for sure. So yeah. But I guess this news alone, I think this is a really great step in the right direction, and I guess that would lead to the ultimate question. Am I going to see this movie alongside everyone else? Actually, yes, I would definitely love to see it for sure. So yeah, I do think this is a long time coming, for sure. But I really do think that seeing it on the big screen is actually going to be worth it, hands down. And I do want to encourage others to actually see as well, for sure. So yeah, not only to show that this movie deserves the theatrical release it deserves, but to also prove that people like David Zaslav have absolutely no idea what they're talking about, for sure. So yeah, that's of course something I do want to see happen, for sure. So yeah. Either way, I'm really excited to actually see it, for sure. And currently, as of now, seeing of how Ketchup Entertainment is currently slated to, of course, release the film as of now. It's currently slated to be released somewhere around 2026 next year, for sure. So yeah, honestly, we have no idea, of course, what date hands down. But we do know it is going to be released somewhere around 2026, for sure. And yeah, I'm really excited to see what they're going to do, for sure. And who knows, if they can pull off such a big hit with The Day the Earth Blew Up. Maybe the same thing might happen with, of course, this film, hands down for sure, so yeah. And, of course, by the time it does actually happen, I'm willing to bet that maybe the people at Warner Brothers might want to reconsider their business strategy, hands down, and actually start caring more about what we want to see from them as opposed to what we don't want to see for sure. So yeah, it will only be a matter of time, but we're going to have to wait and see later on down the road, so so yeah, either way, I'm really glad to hear the news, hands down. And I can't wait to see Coyote versus Acme right around 2026 next year for sure. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say on, of course, that front. Alright. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, on that front for sure. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this latest video, and by all means, what do you guys think of the news that Coyote versus Acme is now in the hands of Ketchup Entertainment, and we might finally get to see a release next year for sure, so yeah, let me know down in the comments down below on what you think of this news, hands down, and are you excited to see it once it actually does come out? Let me know as well, so yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, on that front for sure, so yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this latest video, and yeah, now that I finally got that out of the way, and my god, my voice is still not getting better, but I swear to God it will one day, so bear with me on that, so yeah, I'm going to do everything I can to, of course, get my voice back in shape for sure, and if not, then, well, I guess I might as well call up to see if I can get myself in to see a doctor for sure, because I desperately need hands down, so yeah. But I'm sure we'll wait and see what happens. So I guess until then, right up until the next video I'll put out, with my voice being fucked up or not, hands down, thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Special thanks to all of my supporters on Patreon for making today's video possible, including my top tier supporters for this month, VD. So if you want to be like these guys and show your support to us, then go to patreon.com/AckleyTackTV to pledge now, do so, and get some awesome rewards within your budget. Hey guys, this is AckleyTack4427 here. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. Feel free to like, comment, and share if you enjoy what you're seeing. If you like what you see here and want to see more videos coming up, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button and switch on the notification bell to get notifications, and select all notifications to be notified for when we post a new video. And don't forget to switch on notifications on your phone as well. Also, don't forget to check out my second channel and our 2-member channel with Sam the Thomas Fan 1, SamAttack4427TheThomasFan1 Productions, for plenty more content you can't find on here. You can check both of our channels out with the links or by our handles provided on screen. Feel free to shoot me an email with my email address provided, backley95@hotmail.com, if you want to ask me a question, want to collab with me for a project you've got in the works, or if you want to book me to be featured for a convention coming up. Follow me on my social media pages on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to keep up to date with me on updates, announcements, and new releases of my videos, as well as plenty of others I've got with my handles provided, as well as the links down in the description box below. Also, don't forget to follow me on TikTok for other videos I've got aside from the ones I've posted on YouTube, and on Twitch for any future live streams I've got coming up soon, as well as join our official Discord server to see what we've provided. If you wish to show your support to me, then feel free to check out my Patreon to get sneak peeks of my videos coming up before they go up online, as well as getting access to updates and playing more in addition to getting some awesome rewards within your budget. Also, don't forget to check out and show your support to me on my wishlist on Amazon, and even supporting me at streamlabs.com/AckleyTackTV/tip that you can find in the description box below, as well as on my Twitch page. And in case you can't find any of the links that are provided, then not to worry about a thing. All the links and stuff are also provided on my link tree that you can also find in the description box below, as well as a few selected number of my social media pages. Other than that, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll be sure to see you in the next video. Take care.